Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in the world. Ito na naman po si Attorney A. Erwin Bautista ng programang US Immigration Made Easy at andi dito tayo sa question and answer portion. So, ang ating first question for today is how to file a spousal petition and what do you need to file it? Ito po, again, ay nakalap ko doon sa US Visa Application Chat Group. Ano po? Libre po mag-member doon so that and you can participate, you can ask questions, and you can read the responses of the members. So anyway, ito yung actual question nung nagpadala ng sabi niya, I am starting to petition my spouse now and hopefully we can send and complete the I-130 this August via online. So I-130 po yung form na ginagamit pag magpa-file ng petition sa relative. Ano po? Makikita po yan sa uscis.gov government, G-O-V. Tapos click nyo yung forms or i-google nyo lamang form I-130. Libre po yan. Fillable po yung form na yan. So, huwag kayong magbabayad ng may mga nagtitinda niyan sa internet. Pero libre lang yung form na yan. Ha? So, huwag po kayong magbabayad niyan. So, anyway, to continue with the question, we are both in the Philippines. I'm a dual citizen, USA, Filipino, and my wife is a Filipino. I was born in the States and moved back here in the Philippines when I was 3 years old. I have my sister and relatives in the States. I never had a job and a place of my own in the States. Because I lived here in the Philippines ever since we moved back, I plan to use my sister's address as my mailing address, and it is the place we intend to live, as the form online asks about an address in the US. Is that okay that I use my sister's address? My relatives will be the co-sponsors because I don't live in the US and I have low income here in the Philippines. I'd like to start petitioning my wife to have a better future in the US. Is the I-130 the only form I need? As I have read here, they said it is better to file now so that it is progressing. Is this true? So, plan to file now and just see the results. What do you think, guys? Will my wife pass the I-130 form? Thanks. So, once you file the form, the I-130, talagang kikilos na yan. So, what you need to submit is a proof of petitionable relationship. So, if it is a spousal petition, then you need to submit a copy of your marriage certificate. And number 2, in order for you to show that you can petition your spouse, dapat pakita mo na US citizen ka. So, if you are born in the United States, yung birth certificate mo. If you have naturalized, i-attach mo yung kopya ng certificate of naturalization mo. So, since your wife is outside of the United States, so that means she will process at the consulate. Consular processing po yan. So, kaya pagka na-approve yan doon sa USCIS, and then i-refer yan sa National Visa Center, magsasubmit kayo ng mga civil documents bago at magbabayad ng affidavit of support fee at saka yung immigrant fee bago ipapadala yan dyan sa US Embassy. Ano po? So anyway, yan ang ating response dun sa tanong na yon. Tingnan natin kung may additional okay. So ngayon, follow-up question ito sa spousal petition pa rin by the way, itong ating nagtatanong dito na US citizen, kahit na wala siyang income or hindi sapat ang income niya, kailangan pa rin niya mag-execute ng affidavit of support. Ano po? Yung Form I-864, that's for immigrant petitions. So, at required din doon, kahit na wala kang income, kapag nag-execute ka ng affidavit of support, you are required to be a resident of the United States. So, up to the time na ma-interview yung wife mo, kailangan ipakita mo na 6 months kang tumira sa US bago i-issuehan ng immigrant visa yung wife mo. Ano? So, tandaan mo lang yon, kahit nagagamit ka ng co-sponsor at gagamit ka ng address na sister mo na taga-US, you still need to prove that you have lived in the US or you are a resident of the US. And in order to be a resident of the US, dapat tumira ka at least for 6 months. So, do that before the interview para issuehan ng immigrant visa yung wife mo on the day of the interview. So, follow-up questions. What are you required to prove for spousal petition interview at the embassy or at the USCIS? Ito kasing question Affected din ba sa pag-denied ang spousal or imahigpit ba sila pati sa spousal visa? Ibig sabihin nito kasi nag-apply siya ng tourist visa So, affected din daw ba yung spousal petition? So, merong isang sagot dito. You need to prove your good faith marriage because that is the basis of your petitionable relationship. So, katulad ng binanggit natin kanina, ang requirements dyan, petitionable relationship, at proof na US citizen ka para nang noon ma-approve yung petition mo. So, anyway, yung good faith marriage, kailan ipakita nila dyan na meron silang mga joint accounts, meron silang, kung may anak sila. So, ibig sabihin nun, in good faith talaga yung kanilang pagsasama. Kung sila ay may mga assets na binili na, katulad ng mga kotse, bahay, o meron silang lease agreement, then in that case, it will prove na sila ay nagsasama, yung mga joint bank account statements or income tax returns. That would show na they live in the same place, at parehong address nila, at saka joint ang income tax filing nila. So ngayon, ano pa ba yung natin dyan? This is all about spousal petitions. Meron pang isang nagtanong dito why you need to file an I-824 after approval of your petition or why your petition is not sent to NBC for consular processing. Ito yung isang tanong. Bakit kailangan daw mag-file ng I-824? Hi all, we just want to ask about the process of spousal petition. My I-130 was approved and then we received a letter to fill up the I-824. My husband submitted the docs and pay for $400 plus. My papers is in the National Benefits Center. I was a little bit confused. Why is it my papers is in the National Benefits? Why not in the NBC? Why is the purpose of I-824 form? My priority date is October 2018 in the SRC receipt, while my I-824 MSC receipt, no priority provided. Thank you very much. Your advices would be a great help for me. Stay safe, everyone. So, medyo luma na itong tanong na to but still relevant. Ang reason kung bakit kailangan ka mag-file ng I-824 is because nung nag-file ng I-130 petition, hindi inilagay nung petitioner na magpa-process yung kanyang beneficiary spouse sa consulate sa Manila. So, pagka nilib mo ng blank yung box na yon, ay hindi ipo-forward ng USCIS yung iyong petition. So, iisipin nila nando sa Amerika yung asawa mo at doon mag-a-apply na adjustment of status. It's just a mistake or inadvertence na hindi mo na ilagay doon yung Manila consulate ng US Embassy. So, ang mangyayari niyan, ikikip ng National Benefit Center yung petition nyo. So, hindi niyan ipapo-forward yan sa National Visa Center. Para i-forward yan ng USCIS sa National Visa Center, yung approval notice, may bayad yan. Magre-request ka at magpa-file ka ng Form I-824. Ang tawag dyan sa form na yan ay Request for Action. So may filing fee na naman yan. Kaya mahalaga na kung wala dito sa Amerika yung beneficiary, checkan mo na, magpa-process yung aking spouse sa US Embassy or Consulate sa Manila. So, tandaan po natin yan para hindi tayo ma-delay, number 1. Number 2, at may gastos po yan. Ano po? So, ngayon, next question. What are the required documents at the National Visa Center stage of your immigrant visa? So, ito yung actual question. I am petition for I-130 spousal visa. Nakatanggap na po kami ng note galing sa NBC. But I need to know who will have the experience here, what documents really need to upload again. So ito, naipadala na sa National Visa Center. Tama yung ginawa nila. Pinadala sa National Visa Center yung approval notice. Kaya ngayon, ano naman ang required documents? So civil documents purely ang required documents tulad ng marriage certificate, yung NBI, dyan hinihingi. Ano po? Yung income tax return, yung affidavit of support. Dyan po sinasubmit. Kung may mga anak kayo, yung birth certificate ng mga anak nyo. So, dyan po sinasubmit. Ito yung most relevant response ng isang contributor. Ano? Nasa NBC welcome letter po lahat. Nakalagay yung mga documents na kailangan nyo i-upload or email. Check nyo po dun. So actually, if you don't receive that letter, so ibig sabihin, di ka na mag-iisip. Ando dun sa letter. Ngayon, merong ipapadala rin na password at saka user ID para ma-access mo yung SEAC, yung electronic website nila. Ando doon lahat ng mga documents na kailangan nila. So, i-upload mo lang, ikakopy mo, i-upload mo yung mga documents na kailangan. And once comply mo at masubmit lahat ng documents na hinihingi ng National Visa Center, that means na kayo, documentarily qualified. DQ. Yun ang mababasa nyo doon sa mga chat group. DQ. Kailan ka na DQ? So, ang ibig pala sabihin niyan, documentarily qualified. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Nasubmit mo na lahat ng documents. Kasi ang stages niyan, una, ilalagay doon sa comment ng NBC doon sa loob ng SEAC. Submitted. Tapos, accepted. Tapos, completed. Tapos, yun na, documentarily qualified. So, pagka ganon ang status mo sa National Visa Center, ibig sabihin yan, kapag yung priority date mo ay current na, more than likely, ipinadala na yan doon sa US Embassy at i-schedule ka na for interview. Kapag ka nakatanggap ka naman ng schedule for interview, i-arrange mo na yung medical exam mo sa St. Luke's. It should be done before your interview. Ano po? So again, this is Attorney A. Erwin Bautista of U.S. Immigration Made Easy, and our portion is U.S. Visa Question and Answer. Tayo po ay napapakinggan sa radiophilam.com, which is an internet-based radio station, 247 Filipino music po yan. Dito po yan sa San Diego. At tayo rin po ay napapakinggan sa Flash TV. Based po sila dyan sa Quezon City. Dyan yung maririnig yung show ni Tatay Rani. Ano po? So, again, this is Attorney A. Erwin Bautista. You're listening to U.S. Immigration Made Easy, and we are at our question and answer portion. Ano po? So, follow up doon sa spousal petition. Ano po? Do you need a job or asset at the time of filing a spousal petition by an LPR, ibig sabihin legal permanent resident. If not, when? Ito po yung actual question. Pwede po ba ikasal kahit green card holder pa lang sa Pilipinas po magpapakasal at wala pa pong 1 year dito sa US? Wala po akong na-file na income tax return at 6 months pa lang ako sa work ko. So, ang ibig sabihin nito, green card holder yung petitioner, so that means kailangan magpakasal sila nung kanyang girlfriend or fiancé para niya ma-file yung petition. Kasi ang green card holder di pwede mag-file ng fiancé. Spouse lamang at as I have mentioned in our previous shows or programs, ang pwede lamang ipetisyon ng green card holder ay spouse at children na single. Ano po? So, at the time of filing, meron po yung priority date. Ibig sabihin nun, maghihintay ka ng mga 3 to 4 years or even 5 years bago maging current. At the time of filing, hindi kailangan ng income. Hindi kailangan ng affidavit of support. So, just like I mentioned earlier, kailan kailangan niyang income tax return? So, kailangan yan pagka nasa National Visa Center na at current na yung petition. So, mga 4 to 5 years pa yan bago kailanganin yung income tax return. So, don't worry if you don't have income yet, di ka pa nakapagpapal ng income tax return. Ang importante, makapag-file ka ng petition. Kasi pag walang na-file na petition, walang hinihintay. Ano po? So, yun po yung sikreto dyan sa immigration is kailangan mag-file ng petition para may hinihintay. Meron ditong question number 2 or follow-up question. Isa pa ito palang question. Hello, green card holder si partner and nanganak siya sa US. US citizen ng baby namin. Plan nila umuwi next year para makapagpakasal na kami. After ng kasal, babalik na si partner sa US, makakapag-apply ba agad siya ng petition for spouse or need pa niya mag-work at least 1 year bago mag-apply ng petition? May epekto ba yung US citizenship ni baby sa petition sa spouse? Salamat sa sasagot. So, just like we have stated earlier, income is required only at the time the LPR spousal petition becomes current and will be required by the National Visa Center. So, mga 4 or 5 years later pa yan. So, kaya file the petition right away as soon as there is a petitionable relationship. Ano po? So, I guess we have exhausted all of the questions that we could think of regarding spousal petition. When can you file a spousal petition if you are a green card holder? Kailan hinihingi yung income tax return or yung affidavit of support at saang stage hinihingi yan, puro mga LPR or legal permanent resident yung mga nagtanong ngayon sa atin. So, kaya yun ang sinagot natin. Yan po kasing US citizen, kapag nag-file yan ng petition sa asawa at nandito sa Amerika, adjustment of status po ipa-file niyan. So, kapag nag-file ka na adjustment of status, papal mo yung petition ng US citizen do sa kanyang spouse. Sasamahan mo na yan ng adjustment of status or green card application. Sasamahan mo na rin ng work permit application. At kung in status ka pa, pwede mo samahan yan ng advance parole. Just in case of an emergency, pwede ka magbalik-balik outside of the US, pabalik ng US. At saka, dyan po kakailanganin na yung affidavit of support. So, pag kailangan affidavit of support, kailangan na yung income tax return. So, kahit hindi ma-meet nung petitioner yung income requirement, kailangan pa rin siya mag-execute ng affidavit of support. Pero, mangangailangan siya ng co-sponsor. Tulad ng una nating tanong kanina na sinagot, kailangan ng sponsor. Ano po? So ngayon, diyan na po muna natin tatapusin yung ating yugto ngayon regarding spousal petitions, saan yan pinaprocess kapag nasa outside of the US. So kailangan po number 2 ilagay nyo kung saang consulate magpa-process. Yung pinakamalapit sa Manila kung sa Philippines kayo, no? Kung doon nyo gustong mag-process. Kasi pag di nyo nilagyan yung box na yon, iisipin ng US Immigration, dito sa Amerika yung nagpipetisyon. Yung beneficiary. So dito mag-a-apply ng green card. Number 3, yung income tax return, hindi pa kailangan yan at the time of filing the petition. Kakailanganin yan kapag naging current na yung petition doon sa National Visa Center. So anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. This is Attorney A. Erwin Bautista. We have been a U.S. immigration lawyer practitioner based here in San Diego, California for the past 25 years. So kung may katanungan kayo, ilagay nyo po yan sa ating US Visa application chat group, or you can message me in Facebook. My Facebook name is Attorney A. Erwin Bautista. At ang aming pong website ay bautistalaw.com. Just press contact us. Yung link doon, merong email na lalabas. Makakapag-message na kayo sa amin. So again, salamat po sa pakikinig. Ito po si Attorney A. Erwin Bautista. Good night, good day, at salamat.